Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my video. So, I'm going to do this video on Obama's recent controversy. As in controversy, I mean what's making the news these days. Apparently, he has something to say about woke culture. Um, Here's my thing. If you guys watch my videos, all right, all my videos is pretty much about hypocrisy, all right? People who complain about woke culture, particularly black people who complain about woke culture, you guys exist in 2019 as a result of woke culture. You guys are the original social justice warrior. President Obama got elected because of social justice warrioring from blacks for the last 20 years. So for him to say, have any kind of criticism on woke culture and how it affects society, etc., why people shouldn't be comedians, in this case, comedians and entertainers shouldn't be absolved of their job because of, things they say and stuff like that. Look, President Obama is a black man. His family is black. Well, to be honest, he's a mixed individual, but he's a black mixed individual. In this country, a black mixed individual essentially, from black people's standard, is black. But you guys are pretty much mulattoes. That's an absolute fact, because I think I read somewhere that 60% of African Americans have about 30% non-African genes, from like European ancestors, etc., because of slavery and stuff like that. So you guys are essentially mestizos, all right? But that's another video, all right? So let's go back to President Obama's criticism of woke culture. I don't think any black person, including President Obama, especially President Obama, the first black president, should ever criticize woke culture. All right. If there is a utopia, no, not utopia. If there is a starting point for woke culture, it's gotta be African Americans. Okay, the original social justice warriors, the original alphabet people, the original social justice warriors. Let's be honest about that. Okay, you guys and the Jews, the race card, the anti-Semite card, have a history. When I say have a history, you guys have an entire freaking history of decades, probably a whole entire century of just using the race card, anti-Semite card, race card, anti-Semite card, this is racist, that's not race, that's too racist, that's racist, this is racist, that's racist, why are you being racist, this girl is too light-skinned, her hair is too straight, her hair is too nappy, this girl is too dark, why are you putting so many dark people in this movie, why are you not putting enough dark people in the movie, why are you putting too many light people in that movie, why is this guy saying nappy-headed hoe, he should be fired, he probably will be fired, he probably was fired. This guy said, we can say nigga, but you can't say the word nigga. That's our word. That's not your word. The N word, the word is nigger or nigga. It's not the N word. Doesn't exist. I'm sorry. There's no C word for the chink word. There's no S word for the spick word. All right. There's no even a K word for the kike word. All right. But there's an N word for look. You guys know exactly what I'm saying, right? You guys do not have the right to criticize everybody else for wanting fairness and respect with how other people treat them. You guys don't have the right to criticize women's rights groups for wanting for wanting a position in society, for wanting respect in society, for wanting consideration, social consideration in society. You guys don't have that right. You guys don't have the right to criticize the LGBT community like so many of you black people are doing. You guys don't have that right. You guys don't have that right to criticize fat shamers, fat shaming. You guys don't have right to criticize any form of social justice warriors. You guys have no right to criticize any of that, because you guys have gone what you guys have gone over the last 20 years as a result of social justice warriors. You guys have not actually done anything to improve your position, to have gotten anything that you guys have gotten over the last 20 years. I'm sorry. All right, I'm not being racist about this. I'm just being as truthful as I can. All right, you guys got the first black president because apparently you guys vote by race and not by, you know, qualifications. You guys don't do that. I know it. All right, been around enough black people to know that. All right, you guys are the most racist people on the planet, the most race-based people on the planet. All right. Some of it might be valid considering your history, but still, you gotta be honest about that. All right, you guys are the true social justice warriors, the original woke people, the original alphabet people, NAACP, JDL, all those freaking letters. All right, just stop doing what the hell you guys are doing with constantly criticizing these other groups for doing what you guys did for the last 20 years, for you to get what you have gotten over the last 20 years, and yet to criticize other people for using the same tactics to do the same thing, to get the same thing. You guys have no right. All right. So the first black president of the United States, President Obama, really needs to understand, and I'm pretty sure he understands, you know, how black people have gotten what they've gotten over the last 20 years, cutting the line of every other group who have worked their asses off. You guys cut the line, all right, to the detriment of this country. This country has been on a pretty much a 20-year spiral downhill as a result of just giving so many things to black people in terms of, you know, positions, corporations, just, you know, all those things given to you guys without merit. Without merit. All right, it's like you guys didn't push yourself up the ladder out of merit. You guys pretty much pushed everybody else down. All right, this country didn't get better, it got worse, and it's gonna get worse until it collapses. You know, probably within the next 10 years, probably. But that's my video on President Obama's, you know, criticism of woke culture. All right, you guys are pretty much hypocrites. He's pretty much a hypocrite, and this is not a racial thing. I'm not being racist about it, but look, just look in the mirror. Look in the mirror and think about the last 20 years. You guys have been around that long. Think about what you've gotten over the last 20 years without merit, all by using the race card, all by just, you know, using civil rights groups to go after corporations, to fire people from their positions because they either had negative views about black people or had, you know, said something that was negative about black people. Same with the ADL with the Jews. All right, just be honest about that. I just want people to be honest about that. All right, if you guys are gonna go criticize other people, just say I'm a hypocrite. All right, President Obama should actually say I'm part of a race that's a hypocrite for doing this, but I'm gonna criticize you. Put that out there first before you start criticizing these other groups. All right, as far as I'm concerned, all right, these other groups have every right to do everything they can to promote their own agenda the same way that black people have promoted their own agenda to the detriment of other groups and this country as a whole for their own benefit. All right, just stop doing this thing with, oh, these groups are doing this group. Look, you're just social snitching on other groups for doing what you did. Absolute hypocrites. Absolute hypocrites. All right, and there have been times where I've watched these videos of and it's not just blacks, okay? The white people who are doing this, where they're criticizing these other woke groups, they're hypocrites as well. All right, I just want to say that they are a bunch of cowards as well, okay? So I'm going to spend some time on this other side of these white people who criticize these woke groups, criticize social justice warriors. Apparently, you know, these other groups won't criticize the blacks and the Jews for their social justice warring over the last 20 years, but they'll go after these other groups because apparently they won't get, as much flack over it as they would if they criticize the blacks and the Jews, the protected races. All right, they're hypocrites, they're cowards, and you black people, especially President Obama, apparently he's not trying to understand everybody's side, which he should. You're the President of the United States. You were the President of the United States. All right? Look, I guess he doesn't have to be fair anymore, but still, think about it. Think about it, guys. All right? Think about it.